Hi everyone, I want to make this video about those who are likely waking up to the twin flame journey in their 30s, 40s, or after middle age. Because not all twin flames wake up to their twin flame journey when they are younger. There are different kinds of twin flames who have come on earth. Some twin flames wake up in their 20s or 30s because that is the age at which people are usually looking for a life partner. Their families are wanting them to get married. That's why they are searching for a life partner in their life. And if they wake up in that age, there is a different set of experience someone has to go through as a twin flame versus someone who doesn't wake up until later on in life about their twin flame journey. So with me, what happened when I was in my 20s, which was almost 20 years back, at the time I did read somewhere about the twin flame concept, and I was wondering if I was in a twin flame journey because I had very intense connection with a person who I was dating at that time. But the way twin flame was described and the way our dynamics would happen, it didn't seem like a pure divine relationship to me. As a result, I completely forgot about the concept, never looked into it for many years. So, my awareness and awakening actually happened when I had a catalyst marriage, and as a result of a catalyst marriage, I ended up rejecting many things related to my past life that I was existing as before that catalyst marriage had happened and after that marriage had happened. And as a result of that catalyst experience and rejection of many things, I got pushed towards spirituality and a spiritual awakening. And when I got pushed towards spirituality, pushed towards doing some inner work related things like meditation, I was trying to balance my mental health because I was severely depressed from job loss, country change, divorce, things related to patriarchy that were showing up in my life, things related to a conservative Indian culture that shows up when you are a divorcee of a particular age, things that show up for a woman when they are in their mid 30s and don't have any children, because these were all core inner desires that I wanted to explore as a woman. I have always wished to explore all of these experiences in my life, be a mother, be an independent woman, be a woman who does some social good, be a person who has a good family life. I wanted to focus on all these, but every time I went towards trying to build this with someone in the past, it didn't work out. Why? Part of it was because the people I was choosing, or those who chose me, we weren't the right people for each other because our end life goals were not directed in the same direction. But the second aspect was we were all immature in some respect. We were not awakened to our deeper soul purposes in a journey that we needed to traverse before we can actually do the soul purpose we are meant to do. We had to develop as an individual on earth. Some of us had to first realize the opposite of that which we don't want to experience on earth, so that we can bring in the experience that is needed on earth in the next phase of ascension. Meaning, say you want to experience deep love with a life partner and or a spouse, and if you want to experience that deep love, many of us will invariably have chosen before our birth a life path plan where we had to experience many life experiences which is opposite of love. If you wanted to experience, or if your life purpose journey is to build a new earth where those who have awful family life, those who are under going neglect, abuse, addiction, who are poor, who are not having a good quality of life. If you want to become a guide for them, or if not a guide, if you become rich and you have enough means to help the people who are in need, who need help, who are struggling with the density of life on earth. How can you do that? How can you help someone who's struggling with their density if you yourself haven't struggled with some density and darkness in your own life? That's why if you are a twin flame, or even if you are not a twin flame, you are, say, a person involved in the ascension process and journey of earth, where you might have decided to live life as a soulmate with some partner. Whatever is your soul purpose, first of all, many of us have to awaken to this fact that we are not meant to lead lonely lives. Though human beings in many countries, when they face heartbreaks in their young ages, when we face neglect or abuse in our childhood days, or we had a marriage and we faced neglect and abuse in a marriage, many of us face this inner darkness of wanting to reject the marital life. There are many people like me who rejected marital life when they had a very difficult marital life, or if they didn't reject the marital life, they got lost in dating multiple people for many years, because they don't understand that true love doesn't mean just if you don't have true love, that is when you get lost in keeping on seeking it outside of yourself. So first you have to find the true love within yourself. That's the first step of the journey, twin flame journey, that happened to me. I had to find things about myself, understanding how to love myself when I don't have enough people in my life who love me in the way any human being should be loved. Second aspect of my journey, I had also got to learn how, even if I didn't grow up learning about deep love, even if I didn't get the experience where I had the depth of a loving experience from caring parents while growing up, how do I still bring that energy inside me if I want to become a parent now in my 30s, 40s, 50s, whenever I feel like becoming a parent, whenever God says that I have to become a parent, whenever my life is structured in a way that it's balanced for me to be a good parent. So for me to be a good parent, because I didn't enter the parenting journey in my 20s, and if I am to enter it in my 40s or 50s, then I have to have a different outside perspective of parenting than the internal perspective of parenting that people get when they are raising a child in their 20s and 30s, and they have naturally become a parent in that age and have understood parenting at the experiential level. So instead of experiencing parenting at the experiential level, I had to experience parenting, but at the experiential level of bad parenting happening to me by others, bad quality maternal or paternal energy based relationships manifesting in my life, which showed me what is the darker aspect of parenting, what is the darker aspect of love, what is the harmful aspect of love that slowly people have to change on earth. And simultaneously, I was also developing my own personal life purpose path, slowly in the journey of whatever bitter life experiences, darkness based life experiences, heartbreak based life experiences showed up in my life. So many a times when people are twin flames, and if you are in your 30s and 40s and you're woken up to being a twin flame, many people who are waking up being a twin flame in the young age are waking up at that time, because at that time frame they have to start developing some skills that their soul purpose related skills in their life. skills, qualities, heart-centered thinking, balanced the thinking, perceiving the world in a right balanced manner way of thinking, understanding that even some darkness that we will be experiencing is a core experience of life. All these things we have to experience in our life. If you don't experience darkness, you won't know what is the light. When I am living in a room, or when night happens, why does earth have night and dark cycle, night and day cycle? Because in the night time humans are supposed to be at rest. In the night time humans are supposed to be relaxing. In the night time or early twilight hours, in the morning, in the early morning, before sun rises, you can in the twilight hours you're supposed to start relaxing, and in the early morning before dawn breaks you are supposed to I don't like the Twilight movie, that's why I'm smiling at myself, but it has some core values in it, but 90% of the movie I don't like, or movies and books I don't like. I didn't watch all the movies. Anyways, so while dawn is breaking, before dawn is breaking, many people who are in the ascension and awakening journey might start experiencing, even if they are not early risers, they can start experiencing rising up early in the morning around between 3:30 to 5:30 in the morning. Because all my life I was a person who used to wake up at 8 o'clock range, sometimes at 7 o'clock, sometimes at 9 o'clock also, because I had a very unstructured life. And there is a purpose to me living a unstructured life as a single person, as a woman. It's a very hard journey because most women I know are very structured. Most women are very hardworking. They wake up early in the morning, take care of their family, have so many responsibilities as a family that I have never taken in my life. And that way I had a very easygoing life in the physical sense of being a woman. But I had a harder life in the emotional sense of being a woman, and as a result I am partly in a masculine energy and partly in the feminine energy, and that was the part of the life experience I chose to experience, how to become balanced in my masculine and feminine energies inside of me. And every woman, every man has some masculine energy, some feminine energy. If you accept the masculine and feminine energy within you, that is when you will be able to accept it within another as well. And that is when, if you have accepted and understood what is your core masculine energy good traits, core masculine energy bad traits, core feminine energy good traits, core feminine energy bad traits, then you will understand the same in your partners as well. And that then helps you in building better functional relationships with them, better deep love based partnerships in your partnerships or marriages. Or if you are a twin flame, you have to delve a little bit more deeper than simply having a functional relationship, than simply having a love based relationship. You have to also go at the soul level, do some soul level healing, understand yourself at the soul level, so that you can understand other people at the soul level. Because if you are a twin flame, you also have, many of you have the purpose of doing some work which is related to ascension, which you may or may not have to do with your twin flame partner in this particular lifetime. You may have to do it in a different lifetime, or in this lifetime only. At a later age in your life, you might have to do some soul work with them. But until you are doing your soul work with your twin flame, or soul purpose with your twin flame, doesn't mean that you aren't really doing any joint soul purposes or working on some joint things, even when you're not living together. So this is where sometimes, if you're waking up and you realize you're a twin flame, and you realize that your twin flame is dating someone else, or twin flame is married to someone else, or you are also married and dating someone else, and that's when universe woke you up that you are a twin flame. So when both partners are engaged with other life partners and are dating someone, or they are going to marry someone, that is an important stage uh, of awakening. Because at that time, maybe if you are just about to marry someone, it is the time point where universe might be wishing to pause you, to ask you, do you really want to marry this person? Is this the person? Even though maybe your family is telling you to marry someone, is it really someone you should be marrying? Are they compatible with you? Have you understood yourself at the core level, soul level? Have you understood that person at the core level, soul level, to understand whether with them you can have a good mutual life partnership together? That's when you might awaken to be in a twin flame just before your marriage to someone else. You might also awaken to be in a twin flame after you have married someone else. If you've married already someone else and you have been married for 10, 20 years, that's when you have awakened that you are a twin flame, and that your twin flame is also either married or single, but not known to you personally as such, or you may know them very briefly, but you don't know them at the personal level. They might be just like your casual friend or acquaintance or co-worker or someone. Now if you have awakened to that, then you don't just simply go and leave your marriage and go and get married to the other person or something, or start dating the other person. If you end up doing that, sometimes that is a wrong journey you have taken, because you've done something related to earthly healing and ascended way of living that wasn't fair to the spouse you already had in your life. So if you awaken in your 40s and you realize you're a twin flame, and you feel this deep emotional well of energy and love springing in your heart for another human being, which you never felt with your partner, that's how you can awaken to be in a twin flame. But say you are feeling this wealth of energy for this human being, but they are engaged with someone else. So if you are a spoilt person, if you haven't done your inner work, if you are got some healing to do related to unconditional love, you will want to chase that partner, you will want to go towards them, you will want to devise all kinds of feminine tactics. Even if you're a male or a female, you can start devising manipulative tactics to draw them closer to you, to bring them closer to you in your life or something. Or you may start cheating on your partner, and if they were like say your co-worker and they are single, you might start dating them or something. But if you have done that to anyone in your life and you cheated, left your partner, went with your twin flame, married them, even though marrying the twin flame wasn't the wrong step, the way you went about doing it might have been the wrong step, then your inner work for you and your twin flame would be to do the inner work, to heal the pain of those women who suffered the same way as your life partner if you left that life partner. Or it could also be to ease the pain of this life partner whose heart you might have broken when you cheated on them. So you have to awaken then to the journey of what are the things you did wrong in your steps towards going towards your twin flame, and if you had taken certain things which were not fair, unjust, unloving, not deeply loving for another soul who may not be your twin flame but they were your spouse. So if you weren't deeply loving towards your past spouses or your kids from that marriage, you have to learn how to do that better. That is the part of awakening you might have to do. So every individual has a different case by case basis, a scenario that will be unfolding for them when they have awakened to be in a twin flame, when they are with that twin flame, when they are not with that twin flame. Now this is one twin flame journey where someone cheated on their spouse, went and lived with their twin flame. This path might unfold for them. What about other twin flames who decide to, despite feeling pulled and drawn towards this other human being. They decide that they want to be with their life partner only. That is also a journey that can unfold for someone, because what if the person, even though you got the messages about twin flames, it is also equally possible that the person you have awakened to and feel strong emotions towards may not actually be your twin flame. They might be a false twin, because I have experienced this myself, that the emotions, energies, depth of feelings, depth of soul connection that I felt with a false twin and with a potential twin flame. I'll say potential because right now I'm in the phase of the journey where I don't know whether they are really my twin flame. I'm in the questioning phase, and God has also told me to stop focusing on them because I was getting too attached to them. So even if they are a real twin flame, if you're getting too attached to your twin flame when your twin flame is bothered and dating other people, then you are just wasting and draining your energy. You're not focusing on yourself. The time when your twin flames are not in your life with you is the time when you have to show yourself self-love. Is the also the time when, if you are married to someone else, you have to figure out the well sorted way of either staying married to them or the well sorted way of getting out of the marriage step by step, and not in getting out of the marriage in a selfish way. You have to still be very compassionate towards the other soul, because we've all come to learn about unconditional love. And unconditional love doesn't mean just unconditionally loving your twin flame. Unconditional love's different ascension and awakening processes are the steps to learn how to unconditionally love everyone else in your life. So it means you have to start, if you weren't unconditionally loving towards your spouse, you have to begin that journey there. If you weren't unconditionally loving in some aspects, because it's not that you're not manifesting some unconditional love, we all manifest some aspects of unconditional love for our partners and our children. But if you are in an unhappy marriage, it's a little harder to manifest unconditional love with a partner. Or after 10-20 years of marriage, your marriage can also become a jaded marriage if it has become a very like mechanical way of living marriage rather than, and a functional marriage rather than a solid foundation of depth of love filled marriage. Then the twin flame ascension awakening processes can start with you trying to figure out how to either make that marriage a quality marriage by both of you focusing on that marriage. But if your partner is not focused on making it a quality marriage, then you might also have to disengage and separate from those partners. But and again, this is also a case by case thing. You never know where God will take you, and in everything, every decision you make, if you are a twin flame or if you are awakening, part of ascension is to learn how to be compassionate to those who weren't compassionate to us, how to be compassionate to those who are abusive, how to be compassionate towards those who are neglectful towards us, how to be compassionate, fair, just. It depends on what phase of learning you are at, what stage of deep love you want to manifest in your life, and that phase and deep level of love that you have to show towards another. You have to also seek guidance from the universe, that how long should you take this burden if, say, you're loving someone who doesn't love you back, or if, say, you are being responsible towards someone who's not responsible towards you, and not in a selfish way, but in a way that sometimes your life journey with some people will be ending. Like, say, your parents are triggering you because they are being very neglectful. They also have to go through a awakening journey. So if you leave them at the right time, then they will also eventually hopefully awaken to the value and worth of you having you in their lives. because many a times women are there in conservative cultures who aren't valued by their parents. If they have male children, they value the male children more. So then their part, some parents' part of awakening would be to value their children more. And if the children are constantly attached to the parent, but the parent is not attached to the child, that is a life experience the child has to experience and go through and learn from and awaken towards. What is the balancing dynamics to hold with a parent? Where do you stay a loyal child to your parent, even if they were abusive, even if they are neglectful? And also say, you've understood that your parents are neglectful, your parents are abusive, and also that they are not willing to heal themselves. Can you continue having a deeper bond with them if you want to raise children? Do you have to have this understanding and realization that you are experiencing a very dark experience with your parents, and the dark experience has been going on for many years? Then God itself will come and tell you to leave some of the deeper aspects of normal social life that people have with their own parents. They can't have that life with their parents if the parent is not equally involved in the normal parenting paradigm with you. Then you have to find different people who can be that parental energy for you, and not find like in a selfish way, but in a very organic way. You will see that you will organically, with me, my mom died when I was in my 20s, so I organically found other people who were like my mom to me, or in their energy I found the mother energy. But when those people are also busy attending to their own kids, and I don't get it in a human person, who is present in our life who can give that love to us? It's God, the Holy Spirit, it's Mother Mary, it's Jesus, it's if you believe in Vishnu and Indian gods, then it is the feminine Indian gods who are giving you the maternal energy, motherly energy. Whichever god you believe in, whichever religion you believe in, know this, that there is a feminine energy in the universal divine source as well. So that feminine energy is giving you the maternal energy. If you don't have good maternal caretaking from either of your parents, because caretaking is something both men and women have inside them, their feminine energy has it inside them. But many a times men ignore their caretaking energy. Many a times, even if they do some aspects of caretaking, men resent the caretaking they are doing. So if men have been by default become caretakers of someone, they might have to awaken to understanding how to become better caretakers of the person they are caretaking. That could be their parent, their children, a disabled person, or you're awakening to the purpose that I am a nurturer, I am a caregiver, and I want to go and nurture and caregive more people, be nurturing and caregiving towards more people than whom I know in my personal life. So different people's awakening journey is different, their soul purpose and soul path will be different. And just because you woke up to be in a twin flame in your 40s 50s doesn't mean that you didn't have a twin flame journey prior to your 40s. So many people have to also understand the purpose of, if they had a difficult life, why did they have a difficult life in the in their youth years or in their teen years, or whatever number of years they had a darkness filled phase in their life. They have to understand what was the value and worth, and also start having gratitude for the difficult phases of their life, because in the darkness and in the difficult phases of the life only you emerged as a more empathetic soul. If you didn't get caring parents, caretaking parents in your childhood days or in your teen years, or your spouses and life partners were abusive towards you in some way where you feel emotionally abused, or at the soul level you don't feel recognized by your partner, and that is the core soul need that you are awakening to in your middle age, then you have to realize your value, your worth, your spouse's value and worth, as well as understand that sometimes the compassionate root of true love is also to let go of attachment to those people with whom our life journey has ended for the time being, and go towards creating and building those bonds with those people who are the next stages of our awakening. It doesn't mean that if your parents are neglectful that you become neglectful towards them. No, it just means you have to allow them the space to understand that they have been neglectful, and leave some of the neglect based, abuse based things that you might have experienced with the parents or a previous life partner, by doing forgiveness exercises to forgive them, forgive yourself for being abused by them, but also slowly start developing the gratitude in your heart for the darkness that they brought in your life. Because the more gratitude you have, you will automatically stop being neglectful towards them. You will automatically not give them back the same negativity that some negative person gave it to you. So that is also one part of ascension, that if someone is triggering you, you first do the self reflection of why they are triggering you, why they seem toxic, what is it about their quality that seems toxic to you. If you have that kind of toxic energy within you, can you heal that within you? If that toxicity is high degree abuse, can you let go of that relationship and release those people to God? Because there are some people in our lives who have just simply come to awaken us to our deeper soul purpose. We were also there in their life to awaken them to a deeper soul purpose. But if they don't awaken to this part that they had to do when a difficult conflict filled relationship was happening, you have to let them go at some energetic level, so that that energetic space is allowed for the right people to enter your lives. I hope this made sense. If you have any questions, you want to explore any of these topics further, please drop a comment and I would try to post further on those topics then. Thank you.